We're going to move on to P&O, and an extremely affordable cruise, this one, 569 for 12 nights around the Canaries. You're virtually guaranteed outstanding weather all year round in the Canaries.
Well, that is, yeah, obviously why people love to go to the Canaries, to get sun at times when it's rather gloomy here. So, yes, really lovely opportunity for that. And every deal that we've picked out today is great value across the board.
But I've got to say, for those of you on a budget, under £570. So anyway, let's show you P&O. Now, this is the Oriana, and the Oriana is actually an adults-only ship. So if you, you know, if you want to be on a cruise where there won't be any children around. I mean, in fairness, children always, they're always, designated adult areas on ships, but this is a complete adults-only cruise, isn't it?
Absolutely. So you're going to have so much relaxation and be able to enjoy this beautiful classic ship, which really is very stunning. And you've even got, your Tiffany's chocolate bar, and you've got Marco Pierre White's restaurant on here as well, which I definitely would want to try. The Ocean Grill, beautiful.
And what is so lovely about P&O in general, it's a very British company, so very British-based entertainment. Everything's in the pound. Great service. They're not new to the business.
No, and of course they have the lovely, very formal nights as well, which actually gives you the opportunity to dress up to the nines, which is so fun on a cruise.
And I love those. I don't like too much formality, but it's just nice to have a couple of those formal nights.
The odd one, yeah, really memorable. And actually, my best friend's parents, they go cruise all the time, and they've got all these wonderful photos on their mantelpiece of them in their finery. It's brilliant. I love it. Nice memories. So yeah, that is really lovely, and lots of things to do.
And again, we've got a great choice of staterooms with P&O. We're giving you a lead price of $569, but do ask the call centre about balconies, and even I know some of you, if it's a special occasion, you might even want to go for a suite, of course, as well. Yes. What I love about this is you're getting away in either June, October or November, and you're guaranteed some great temperatures. So, starting off from Southampton, again, we mentioned earlier, very easy. It means you can take as much luggage as you like. It means your holiday starts straight away. 3 days at sea, so just settle in nicely, and we're making our way over to Funchal.
Yes, which is in Madeira, so very, very beautiful place. And of course, if you love your plants and flowers and things like that, there's amazing.
That's what I liked about it.
Yeah, so you can go and have a look at all of that. It's literally awash with different subtropical plants. They're very interesting. But a very nice place just to walk around, and you've got lots of locally made sort of furniture and lacework and tapestries, stunning, stunning gardens, and of course the famous Madeira wine as well. So you definitely have to try a little bit of that while you're there. You've got a little fishing village, actually, where Winston Churchill went to paint. So that's quite interesting, isn't it?
I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, really lovely. And then you've got, even if you wanted to go and have a traditional afternoon tea, there's like a lovely hotel that you could pop into and have tea at Reed's. So lots of stuff to do.
I have to say, it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited, because I'm a keen gardener, so I was fascinated by
the botanical gardens.
And the plants, it's beautiful. I mean, they get great temperatures all year round. It's like eternal spring there, so yeah, ideal for the plants and the wildlife. Now, from Madeira, we're going over to La Palma, aren't we?
That's right, obviously in the Canaries, and it is called the Fair Isle because it's really beautiful. And Santa Cruz is one of the prettiest little harbours amongst the islands, and very easily explored on foot, which is quite nice. So you can stroll around the old quarter. I mean, it goes back to as far as like 16th century fountains to look at, and there's a little Renaissance church, but just really beautiful scenery, as you can see here as well. You've actually got a volcanic crater that you could go and visit. And again, the whole place is crammed with rare animal and plant life. So there's a lot to do in La Palma. And then, yes, we're moving on, aren't we?
We are, to one of the smaller islands, aren't we?
Yes, little La Gomera, which is the second smallest of the 7 main islands of the Canaries. And you've got mountains there and beautiful beaches.
I went there last year with my mum, and really pretty.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. We had
gorgeous.
A great time.
Oh, they can't beat the Canaries. And then on day 8, you're in Santa Cruz in Tenerife. Which is gorgeous, and again, amazing landscape. You've got beautiful sort of lush plantations, glorious sort of beaches, but quite interesting because of the sort of volcanic aspect of that island as well. But the cruise port there, Santa Cruz, used to be like a tiny little fishing village, but now it's got, very classy bars and restaurants and shops, museums, architecture. So there's an awful lot to do, actually, and see. And look at those beaches as well. They're so unspoilt, aren't they? Really beautiful. And then day 9, you're back to the ship, which is always nice, actually. Have a nice relaxing day on board. And then day 10, you arrive in Lisbon in Portugal. Now, one of my favourite things to do in Portugal is have some sardines. Oh, stunning food. Do you like sardines? You don't look sure.
Well, I'm not really, no, I can't lie to you. I'm not mad on sardines. But
just have the chips. Just have the chips with it.
They're very good for you, I gather, aren't they?
I really like them. I really like them. Maybe they taste better in Portugal, where they do them so fresh and gorgeous. But lots to see in Lisbon. Quite a sprawling city. So you've got sort of 3 various districts, and of course we can let you know where to go when you get there. But they've all got distinctive styles. So depending on what you want to do, you could go and have a look at quite a sort of busy area and look at all the shops and cafes and restaurants, or go to the more medieval part of Lisbon, or Madeira also. So like I said, there's lots to see and do, so that might be a little bit of planning that you can have a think about while you're on board.
And then a few final days at sea, and then of course back to Southampton. And just to remind you of this stunning ship, the Oriana, and she truly is beautiful, say exclusively for adults as well, with a stunning atrium. Great restaurants, of course.
Well, everybody always talks about the food as well on here and how good it is. So, you know, that is nice to know, isn't it? You're going to just enjoy some fabulous cuisine.
And I have to say, you know, although, you know, children are always welcome on cruise ships and things, for those of you that are looking for adults only,
if you're not travelling with children, then it's quite nice sometimes to just be with other adults and, you know, so it depends, you know, what you want. But yeah, that's a good thing.
Now, the price today, $569. And what is really nice, that's for the November date. But if you're thinking, you know, I want to go in June, I want to go in the next few weeks, the price on the June date came down today to $649. So if you do want the June date, it came down by £150 today. If you're worried about going in June because, of course, of the World Cup, don't worry, all of the matches are going to be shown on board as well. And only deposit needed on selected departure dates. So if you do want to book that, I would say urge you to be quite quick on that one. So $569, but the June date particularly is just $649 tonight. Excursion-wise, if you'd like to book any of these, you can do it directly through Planet Cruise. And again, save up to 60% on the prices that you might be paying on board as well. I've booked many excursions through Planet Cruise, and I've got to say they've all been really well organised.
Yeah, and that's a great point actually about the World Cup as well, because
of course it is,
I'm not being sexist, but particularly there'll be a lot of chaps out there that don't want to miss any of the matches. Well, they don't have to, and ladies as well, obviously. But if there's any hubbies going, I'm not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere in June.
I'm not going anywhere. Well, you can enjoy all the matches on board.
You
it's
certainly
important.
can.
Yeah.
Believe me, P&O do think of everything. They certainly do.